Retired Air Force Captain Joni Marquez can't get the image out of her mind. A Navy SEAL ejected from a burning U.S. Chinook helicopter. Then his heat signature on an infrared camera fading from red to blue as life slipped from his body on the ground.
We had to sit and watch that, and I think that that was probably one of the hardest things that I had to do, was know that that man was, dying on the ground.
For 6 years, Marquez has kept a dark secret, that the single deadliest American incident in the Afghanistan war could have been prevented. August 6, 2011. The day 30 Americans, including 17 elite Navy SEAL Team 6 members from the same counterpart team that killed Osama bin Laden, were shot down in a Taliban ambush in Wardok's dangerous Tangi Valley. Marquez's story changes everything Americans know about that ill-fated mission and what happened with Extortion 17. Army Rangers had called in for an air weapons team. Marquez said the assault helicopters killed 6 enemy fighters, but 2 had managed to survive. The Rangers were out of danger, but Extortion 17 was still en route. The official Pentagon memo says the 2 fighters disappeared into a grove of trees and were never located. Marquez disputes that.
They were lying about it to the families, covering up what actually happened.
Monitoring the night surveillance cameras, Marquez and her crew watched as the 2 surviving Taliban fighters crawled away in an open field, rounding up more insurgents in a nearby village. Later, the crew watched as cylindrical objects, believed to be RPGs, were moved by the Taliban near the area where Extortion 17 attempted to land.
It's just one of those things where you know that it could have all been prevented.
Rules of engagement, changed under the Obama administration to prevent civilian casualties, kept them from firing against suspected targets without permission. Marquez says she and her team begged the command several times for permission to engage the enemy or turn back Extortion 17 in a drama that played out for precious minutes.
We knew right then that they weren't trying to listen to us.
U.S. Central Command did not comment when asked by Circa about Marquez's account. Joni's story conflicted with the final military finding, but a recently declassified military interview conducted with her crew in Afghanistan supports her account of what happened to Extortion 17. Marquez's aircrew told investigators the 2 escaped insurgents and others were in their line of sight. 6 to 8 personnel were running around the compounds to gather enemy reinforcements. Marquez's gunship was denied the chance to take out the Taliban, all but sealing the fate of those aboard Extortion 17. Aaron Vaughn, a father of 2, was one of those SEALs who died that day. His parents have long doubted the Pentagon's official story, but found hope when Marquez reached out to them 3 years ago.
I think she's one of the bravest women I've ever known in my life. She said that I would rather spend the rest of my life in Leavenworth than keep holding on to these secrets I know about what happened that night.
Marquez says her life has been devastated. Retired from the Air Force, she is still haunted and wants the rules of engagement to change. A military lawyer who served 20 years advising special forces and an expert in ROEs says there could now be a silver lining to the Extortion 17 tragedy, at least for those still fighting in the battlefield. Jeffrey Adicott says Marquez's bravery could bring changes to the military's current rules for engaging the enemy.
Right now, the rules of engagement are absolutely bizarre.
Adicott says there are tens of thousands of U.S. troops still in harm's way in Iraq and Afghanistan, and the rules cause them to second guess when they can defend themselves.
They pour the blood of our soldiers out like water on the sand.
They lost a dad to this war. They lost someone that meant everything to them. And for me, I wasn't able to prevent that.
It took a lot for Marquez to come forward, but she says she's doing it to save lives.
I won't rest until some kind of justice is served. If that's something that doesn't happen, then obviously the ROE needs to change for them to be realistic.
For Circa in Washington, I'm Sarah Carter.